consumer has got a lot more confidence. They know what they want, and as long as we keep giving them what they want, they'll buy. Trends, also global trends, seem to be much more available to them, whether it's an Instagram, whatever media they're using. They know what's going on, and so our job is to keep giving it to them in terms of relevance in India. When I talk about confidence, also if you look 2 years ago, let's take lingerie. Women are buying lingerie and they're not shy about it, and we're loving it. We launched a swimwear range last year. People want to buy stuff, they want to travel, they want to enjoy the fashion that we're giving them. So I think the confidence thing has been a huge change in how people shop. Our prices are sharp, our fashion is fresh, we deliver newness every week. Beautiful stores, contemporary spaces, nice visual merchandising. So I think we've done a lot, and the consumers recognise that, and hopefully we're growing confidence, and so are they. So it's coming together quite nicely for us.
No, absolutely, and I think there's also the want for beautiful stuff, for it to be, for lack of a better word, more premium, more desirable, and more tasteful. And I think it's because of social media and because of the awareness of trends. And India has the largest amount of people buying and holding smartphones. So fashion has become really democratic because it's in your hand and you can find it ASAP. I also think what's exciting with Westside is where you could go to marketplaces and get bombarded with fashion. We choose to edit fashion. And every 4 weeks there's something new, like Shailina said, and it's always first price, right price. I think, I was saying earlier on as well, I think what's exciting about the Indian market and the opportunity in the Indian market is that there's so many cohorts and you can't be everything to everybody. And as much as there's billions of people, you've got to decide where you want to play and where you want to position. So we've recognized that we want to make beauty democratic and accessible to women. We want to have our own brands, our own labels, and we want to have our own formulas and create our own magic moments for her. We've also decided that it's not about changing the way you look. It's about working with what you have and making sure, firstly, that the product's cleaner, and secondly, that your skin is hydrated and glowy and beautiful all the time. I think what's exciting about entering the market is that we were in the market. In fact, Tata used to have Lakme, Trent used to have Lakme, and we were pioneering beauty. And I think it's right so now that we are back on track with beauty, and we're finding some very exciting things happen. I mean, we sell a lot of fragrances every week to a lot of people, and they're all our own smells, and they're quite exciting. So in the space of the massive explosion of beauty, we're choosing to be a private label, and we're choosing to do our own thing.
Right, so private label will be your studio.
Studio West, and then we have Studio, and then we have the school as well.
I really did, yeah. I think that the one thing is that the team took a decision to be an own branded portfolio for us. And that probably was a big milestone. We stopped selling third-party products and we decided we would own our destiny. We would create, innovate our own brands and sell them to the Indian company. So that was a big milestone, which probably was taken 10 years ago. And then, post-COVID, really built the confidence that we wanted to be in the fashion space and regenerate Westside, lead with fashion, but look after all those customers who grow and love the brand. But we've got to lead with fashion, otherwise we won't stay fresh and relevant and everyone will catch up. So I think those are probably in my head the two big milestones. Umashan might have another couple. I think the beauty one is a milestone.
I think so, yes, absolutely. I think before I get to the beauty milestone, just building on your statement, also recognizing that we want to make style simple for every occasion. And it's quite contradictory in a way because style isn't simple for most people. It is really daunting and it's overwhelming and it can be scary. I want to go on holiday and I don't know what to wear. I feel to curvy and voluptuous right now, I'm not feeling my most confident self. And I think we are very clear that it is a safe space for anybody and everyone to come and shop. There's no discrimination. There's no idea of, well, you're not allowed in, and it's, buy invite only. And I think, we were speaking trends earlier on. What I'm finding is that when Shailina said confidence and people wanting to shop fashion, women are also becoming more confident about their bodies, and they are loving, embracing the curves, the shapes, the straightness, whatever it is, and hopefully we can provide opportunities for those consumers by curating and editing the fashion that we put out. In terms of the beauty milestones, I think one of the biggest decisions we made was to throw our brands and was to create our own fragrance brand. We had all the major brands selling within us at some point in time. And to move from that to where we are was not only confidence from the brand itself, but also courage from the brand. We don't advertise or spend large amounts of money on celebrities or marketing itself. But we are very aware of young people who are doing cool things out in the marketplace. So whether it's the cast of Class or a young musician, we just collaborated now with a young dancer for our summer campaign, which is coming out soon. Bits of this, yes, for Holi. And I think we're always finding young people to work with, to create content. And then hopefully that becomes a talking point for people who are viewing it. I'm not going to say that we've got Gen Zs following us on social media in any way, but I think if you keep the content fresh and if you keep it exciting and if you keep it in line with what is going on, but still protecting your point of view and still having your brand voice, then I think you're going to resonate and tap in. Also, like Shailina said, being absolutely relevant with fashion. I mean, if you take a look around here, we've got cargos, we've got mesh, we've got the textures, we've got all of the things that are trending right now that you could buy from any one of those fashion brands that have come into the country. And we're probably 30% better positioned in terms of value than they are. So making sure that we're accessible to the market is very, very important. And making sure we have freshness every week.
So every week there's a new collection coming out? Or
There's new styles. So every week we offer some freshness, which, especially with young people we talk about, they want to come and see the latest stuff. It gives them a reason to come into our stores. It could be a beauty launch, it could be a denim launch, where we keep it unexpected, and the unexpected and the surprises is what brings people back constantly. And I will say that all our photography, all our online look and feel has become much more not driven by emotion, but that idea of the fact that you go onto our app, you go online, you see the energy in the photography, you see the energy in the movement, and all the content we upload is very young. And that's deliberate because actually we want the young people to come and grow with the brand. We did fashion, we took over many stores, we took over South Extension here in Delhi, and we did a huge fashion show, we brought in influencers, and I mean, people loved it. So things, sort of community things that are relevant to where the store's located, creates memorable experiences for those customers.
And we do a lot of music-led events. So in 25 of our stores all over the country, we pop up every Sunday with the NCPA, and we have a live band. Then
Sunday
we do,
what time is this? Why haven't we ever been there?
Then we also do NCPA and Westside in the Park, where we take over. Well, we've started in Mumbai. We're now moving to Bangalore, where we'll take over an iconic park and provide either the symphony or a bunch of acts, from stand-up comedy to spoken word to any classical dancing. And I think in the space of being in fashion, being non-transactional is very important for us, and making consumers see that the brand is actually interested in arts, culture, well-being. We have Westness And every morning in 25 stores across the country, we open the stores out to people to do yoga or Zumba. And so what we're trying to do as a brand is to have a different voice when it comes to experiencing us and building the community, whether it's a young cohort or it's a customer that's existing with us or somebody who hasn't tasted us. A few weeks ago, we did the Kalagoda festival, and we had the most magical projections on our building. And the building is a heritage site, and they allowed us to do that, and it was magnificent. It was a whole sort of installation on blue. So to Shailina's sort of like comment on the unexpected, when everyone is doing that, we choose to go left. It feels a bit sort of scary at first, but then as you gain momentum, you get more confidence to say, hey, you know what, people are interested in more than just the obvious. They want to see something different.
It helps. Of course it will help, because it'll offer a 360 degrees experience and service to our consumers. And as Indian people get more familiar and comfortable with online shopping, they trust they trust what they're buying is what they're buying. It's going to be big. In the Western world, online didn't exist, and now it's 30% of revenue. Here, it's small revenue for us, but it will get to 30% within the next 5 to 10 years. So we've got to be ready for it. So I think it will help, but I think it's the way the world is going to go, so we need to be there with it, and we need to lead. So I think we've got to get behind it. And it's a challenge. We need to invest. We need to have the confidence to go there. But we need to do it so that we don't get left behind. We'd love to expand further in the north and the northeast. We think that we've got more potential there. We've got lovely stores in the south, but the north and northeast. But now we're opening more warehousing, we've got more support up in the north. We think there is more potential. So that's probably where we're going to go next.
There's an opportunity within the boom of men's grooming. And I'm not just talking about the Axe deodorant. I'm talking about something more sophisticated. Most men, when their wives are not looking, they're slapping on the serums and they, actually taking care of their skin. In fact, the other day I saw a comment about how to wear makeup for the wedding for men. And men are using BB creams and foundations and, making sure that they are looking flawless. I also think there's an opportunity within the sort of youth area. And when I say youth, I'm talking about young girls and boys wanting to start taking care of their skin.
Teenagers?
Yeah, around there where it's safe, but still stylish and still cool. Because there's an influx of kids rushing into all the beauty stores buying stuff that looks cute, but is actually not for them. And it could be very dangerous for very young, sensitive skin.
Absolutely. That's the most dangerous.
It is.
The acne-prone, sensitive skin. So if you're developing products, but there's been nothing like it. Makeup, I think they want makeup more than skin.
To my nigga Pac. Live my life as a thug nigga until the day I die.